MYD Heart is proudly brought to you by NHP. NHP, we are about you.
Welcome back to the show. It's time for MYD Heart. Now, inner work can be described as the work that one needs to do in order to get to a place of healing, evolution, and freedom. Inner work is about seeking help and sharing your problems with someone in order to begin a journey of healing and learning. On this episode of MYD Heart, we spoke to James Ezimoha, a writer, creator, and social entrepreneur who finds himself all the way in Nigeria. He talks to us about the meaning of inner work and how it is, how it has showed up in his life. And we asked him questions like whether or not Namibian men are ready for that conversation. Also, from his own personal perspective, what would he say constitutes as, healing work? And also how men can support each other in order to fast track this transformation. And this is what he had to say.
Hello, my name is James Ezimoha. I am a writer, speaker, and a vibe coach. I'm grateful for the opportunity to share my thoughts on a subject that I'm passionate about, men. The question is a very important one, whether the Namibian men are ready for the conversation around healing and inner work. I want to say that I am a product of healing and inner work. I am who I am today because of my healing journey and inner work that I've put into myself. I do have a problem with the way society perceives the concept of healing and inner work when it comes to men. It's like men are sick. When it comes to this, in this context about healing and inner work, we see men as sick, like they are stricken with leprosy, for example, and there's an air of condemnation and arrogance that greets the conversation. So when you look at a man and we're talking about healing, you look at him and you wonder, okay, so he's sick. Do I need to stay away from him? But before I answer the question about whether or not Namibian men are ready for the conversation around healing and inner work, I want to state that the man you see is a product of societal needs, right? And when we talk about healing, we're basically asking men to let go of ideologies and conditioning that they have always known their whole life. So, to answer your question, I will ask another question. As a society, are we ready to have the conversation around alleviating men of archetypical responsibilities and expectations that they've been burdened with their whole life? You see, in order to solve a problem, you need to find the source. And the source of this problem, in quote now, is power and responsibility. So when you ask if men are ready for the conversation around healing and inner work, of course, yes. Who wouldn't want to be alleviated of pain and anxiety from the demands of society? But then again, as a society, are we ready to allow men heal? Are we ready to allow men evolve? You see, you cannot heal when you're expected to be sick. By sick, I mean the burden of the demands, the responsibilities, the expectations to be strong, to be the provider, to be the protector, to be the hunter. All of these are cool, but what is the price we are paying as a society for expecting these from men? For me, the healing work is in two folds. The first is the desire for change, and the second is a support system. But before that, I want to say that healing work is a lifelong journey. It's like sobriety, actually. When you decide to stay clean, when you decide to change, you have to adopt a new set of rules for your life. You have to adopt a new lifestyle. And this new lifestyle becomes your new normal. But in the case of men, it is not that simple, and it's not simple because of our attachment to power. in the Spider-Man movie, there's a quote that says, with great power comes great responsibility. But I'm going to turn that upside down and say, with great responsibility comes great power. You see, we are attached to power, and this power is attached to our self-worth, and our self-worth is attached to the patriarchal system. So when you ask a man to let go of everything that he's known, to let go of his old ways of doing things, you're not just taking a piece of his heart, you're actually taking a huge chunk of it. It's painful and it's quite annoying, to be honest. But I'm learning that it's okay to let go. It's okay to adopt a new lifestyle, because even though it's scary, it is for my own benefit. The truth is, men are scared. If you take away every other thing, all the rubbish, deep down we are scared of how our lives are going to be meaningful if we let go of the power that we've known all our lives. And what I'm discovering right now is this new lifestyle, this new normal that I've adopted has granted me the opportunity to see that I don't have to be in control of everything. I can be a normal human being and not a glorified human just because I'm a man. I can do dishes, I can cook, I can do household chores, I can say no when I want to say no. I don't have to please anybody and everybody. It has given me peace and a new sense of purpose. But it's also challenging because of peer pressure and societal pressure, and that's why you need a support system. Society is in desperate need for men to change, for men to evolve and do better. But I feel like it is counterproductive to think that this transformation process can be fast-tracked. What we are dealing with is an ideology that has been ingrained into our DNA, passed down to us from our fathers and our forefathers and our fathers before that. Transforming this idea of dominance and overhauling the patriarchal system is not a day's job. The healing work we spoke about earlier is not a mathematical project where you add and subtract and divide and get the result. It is an intentional behavioral adjustment which requires time and patience. I'm not perfect, even though I've made substantial progress, but I still suffer from the effects of having lived a certain way for a very, very long time. So I don't think it's also important where we get that help from, whether it's from other men or women. For me, I got help from both men and women, and I'm happy that I was opportuned to have the women that I did have in my life at that particular time, because it would have made the process a little bit trickier if I didn't have the support that I had from the women, from my female friends who are well advanced in this journey of self-awareness. So let us not bother or worry about how men can help other men. Yeah, it's important, but let us not forget that we cannot ask men to give what they don't have. And the truth is, men are struggling, men are in trouble. It is a collective responsibility. This pain is a collective pain, and to overcome it, we need everyone to come together.
MYD Heart was proudly brought to you by NHP. NHP, we are about you.